determine period from a trig equation. So we're focused on the period. Sometimes period is also called frequency, F-R-E-Q-U-E-N-C-Y. Frequency and period are the same thing. So in this case, we would look at whatever is in front of x. We're looking at the coefficient in front of x. So we're asked to determine the period of this trigonometric function. So the coefficient, or the number in front of x, is always what we focus on. They usually call it like a B or an F. I'll go ahead and call it capital B. So what's our capital B here? Our capital B here is the pi. Now, what's our period formula? It's always important to have a foundation. The period formula is equal to 2 pi divided by whatever that coefficient in front of x is, or b. So this is our period, and this is the coefficient on x. All right. So all we do is we just go ahead and plug it into the equation. The period is equal to 2 pi divided by what's our b? In this case, it's pi. And we do some simplifying and reduce. Pi is reduced out, and we're left with a period of 2. And that's all there is to it. Okay. Don't let any of the other numbers kind of distract you. And it's real important that we start trying to get used to this general form right here. That's really important because that's coming later when they start throwing everything at us. Right now, we're just focused on big B. And we've been talking about amplitude already with us. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at a different kind of problem. Phase shift, pi and equation. Let's do no pi and no phase shift. All right. Okay, so for these, what do we always write? Our foundation. What's the foundation? The formula. What's the period equal to again? Do you remember? 2 pi divided by capital B. So all we need is what capital B is. Do you remember where B is located at? B is the coefficient in front of x. Now, it may be a little bit tricky here, but it's a lot like slope. So 4x over 7 is the same thing as 4/7 x, right? So this is just like how we would deal with this point slope equation. We just move everything kind of in front of x, and that's the same. A number times a fraction would multiply to the top, so that links together. So that's our B. All right, so it looks like we got some fraction work here. I'll go ahead and just plug things in. So our period is equal to 2 pi divided by 4/7. Okay, so my trick is I can get confused by these sometimes, so I always treat this big division bar, or the fraction bar, like a division sign. So this is really saying that 2 pi is being divided by 4/7. So we're back to elementary school and elementary math. How do we divide fractions? Well, we can never divide fractions. We have to change it to multiply. So it turns into 2 pi times, when we change it to multiply, it flips the fraction, 7/4. How do we multiply fractions? We multiply straight across. I'll go ahead and do my work over here. So that becomes 2 pi times 7 over 1 times 4, which is equal to 14 pi over 4. Can we reduce it at all? Yes, we can. 2 goes into both of these. 2 goes into 14 7 times. 2 goes into 4 twice. So the answer here is how, and remember what period is. Period is how often does it repeat itself? How often does it cycle? So it cycles or has a frequency or a period of 7 pi over 2. Every 7 pi over 2, it repeats. So 7 pi divided by 2. All right, that's all there is to it. Once again, keep kind of reminding yourself and writing this down. That's going to be our key for kind of breaking these down and what each one is. Okay. And the rest should be similar. So it's just looking at the number in front of x, and don't let anything else distract you.